Hello and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. For those of you who are new here, my name is Danielle Gray. I'm a manifestation and mindset expert, purpose activator, transformational teacher, and spiritual mentor, elevating you to your highest and best so that you can manifest a life that you love. And I love that you're here with me. I would love it if you would say hi, let me know that you're hanging out with me, let me know where you're watching from. I just love to connect with everybody who decides to spend their time with me. So I thank you so much for that. So today I'm answering another question from one of my members of my Facebook group, Money, Mindset, and Manifestation, Create the Life of Your Dreams, which you're welcome to join us inside of. Her question was, how do you stay high vibe when you're dealing with challenging times? When something's going on in your life and it's obviously less than desirable, how do you stay high vibe? And she didn't elaborate, but I also assume that she means like, how do you remain positive and continue to call in and manifest the things that you want when your reality is very clearly reflecting to you that that's not happening. So this is something that I feel I have mastered. I had proof that I have mastered it earlier this year. If you have been in my world for any amount of time, hopefully you were around in February when I put on a 5-day presence challenge going over mindfulness and the benefits of being present in your day-to-day life. If you were not there, I packaged up the recordings as a mini course and I now have it available. So if you would like to see that, which it was amazing, it was 5-day trainings plus 2 bonus trainings. That's available. If you want to just DM me or comment below presence, I'll make sure you get the link for that. But I can recap it here pretty nicely in just a few minutes. So basically, first of all, you have to understand that it's not the actual thing that's happening that's causing you any kind of grief or discomfort or disappointment or struggle or whatever. It's your perception of what's happening that's causing that. Okay. It's your resistance to allowing however things are to be as they are that's causing you that discomfort. So the first thing that you need to do, the most important thing that you need to do is shift your perspective, because everything comes down to perspective. Nothing on its own is good or bad. That is determined by you and how you choose to see it. Okay. So you need to shift your perspective to recognize challenges and anything that's happening as a good thing. Like it's happening, it's serving you. A mantra that my family and I have developed and adopted and been using for years now is everything is always working out for us. And so no matter what is happening, no matter what is going on, we know, even if however it's working out for us is not apparent right out of the gate, we know that whatever is happening ultimately is going to serve us. Sometimes it serves us in our personal life. Sometimes it serves us in our businesses. Sometimes it serves us. We don't even realize it's going to serve us until months later when something else happens and we're like, oh my God, thank God that this other thing happened, because that situation, that experience, that challenge equipped us to better deal with this bigger, more important, more pressing thing, or it just allowed us to deal with it more easily. Okay. So also consider that the challenges that you're facing, like I said, they're not only serving you, but they're also being sent to you to help you get ready to receive the thing that you're manifesting. Okay. If you follow Abraham Hicks, she says that your job is to get ready to be ready. So understand that the challenges and the experiences and the struggles and all of the things that you face on the way to manifesting whatever you want are there to help serve as lessons, as mini kind of tests to make sure you're ready. So for like example, if you're manifesting more money, well, can you handle the money that you already have? Are you managing it well? Are you treating it, well? Are you doing things to ensure that you're maximizing it? You know what I mean? Or are you resentful every time money goes away, right? I heard this affirmation that I love. Every time this woman, she said, every time I spend money, I say that I'm circulating finances in the world. I'm circulating money. I'm not spending it, I'm circulating it, because that's really ultimately money will come back to you, right? The only finite resource we have, the only non-renewable resource we have is our time. So ultimately, the most important thing is how you're spending your time, not how you're spending your money. You can make more money. You can be given more money. You can create more money. I mean, everything in your house right now was once money. So worst case scenario, you could sell things in your house to be able to pay for things that you need, right? So things like relationships, right? If you're manifesting a relationship, but you don't treat yourself well, and maybe the struggle that you're facing is you're in pain, or your health is diminishing, or you're stressed out, or you're not sleeping well, how well are you treating yourself, right? You have to show yourself the love that you're looking to get from somebody else, because ultimately we cannot receive love from anyone if we can't receive it from ourselves. So those challenges that are related to that arena are helping you get ready to be ready to receive the thing that you're manifesting, so that when the thing comes, you're ready to hold on to it, right? What about business success, right? If you're manifesting success in your business, maybe that means more clients, an influx of income, da 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 da. That's all fine and good, but are you prepared to handle the influx of clients and people to serve? Are you prepared to be more forefront in the spotlight? Are you ready for that kind of attention? Do you have systems in place to onboard clients? Like, do you have a process where you can welcome a multitude of people at once? For example, my manifestation mastery toolkit that I've mentioned down here below, I've set it up so that when you come in, you get an email automatically from me. The first month at least has several emails back to back, so that I'm making sure that I'm reminding you, this is how you get your daily affirmations, and this is where the group is, and don't forget about all these resources in here, and things like that. So I've set it up so that I can welcome, if it gets to that point, hundreds of people even in a single day, and it's not going to cause me any kind of grief or anxiety, because I've set it up really thoughtfully the first time, right? So whatever you're struggling with, whatever the challenges that you're facing right now, I want you to look at it and go, okay, how is this working out for me? How are the ways that it could potentially work out for me? Because again, it may not be apparent right out of the gate. What is there that I can learn? How can I shift my perspective to see that this is helping me in some way? Right? How can I spin this to look at it like it's serving me? And sometimes it is just, you have to decide that you're just going to surrender to what is and be patient for the lesson. That is part of it. So for example, I'll give you a really quick example. We had friends visiting us down here in Nicaragua over Christmas last year, Christmas and New Year's. And we were kind of going out for a staycation. They had rented an Airbnb. We were going to stay with them for a few days. I mean, we did stay with them for a few days, but literally on our way out to go to their place, we were getting ready to pack up and go. I fell and I cut my foot really badly. Like their scar is pretty bad. I cut my foot so bad that I literally could not walk for a couple of days. My husband had to redress my wound twice a day. It was like, thank God he has level 3 occupational first aid, because I don't know what I would have done. But anyway, so I was down and out with this injury. And I was like, okay, I don't know how this could possibly serve me right now, because we're supposed to go to this, staycation. There's a pool. Like, obviously I can't go in water with this open wound, right? I don't want to get sand on it at the beach. How could this possibly, but I was like, whatever. I don't know. I'm open to seeing how this serves me later. Well, what ended up happening, it only took me about 2-3 days to realize, no, I don't even think it was that long, that the injury served me because it forced me to slow down and just kind of observe everybody, because I couldn't really help with anything. I couldn't really participate in anything. I mean, conversations, yes, but that was about it. And so I was forced to sit and just kind of observe what everybody else was doing. And it ended up sparking what ended up being a very creative year for me. This is literally New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I had this realization, oh my God, this is why this happened. I cut myself, so I have to sit here and observe so that I can come to these realizations that this is what is needed right now from me. This is what I need to create. This is what I need to focus on for myself and for my clients and future students and all of this. Okay. So it really does come down to your perspective. Okay. But I also need you to recognize that being high vibe is not required to manifest anything. And I should remind you now that we are all manifesting all of the time. Our entire physical reality is literally a physical manifestation of what's going on internally. So it's not so much about staying high vibe as it is being mindful of when you are doubting yourself, when you have that negative self-talk, when you are focusing on the wrong things. Right? Because manifestation literally is just what you will manifest is what you've been focusing on in alignment with who you're being. Right? So if you've got something less than desirable happening and you say, okay, well, this is not what I want, but at least, you know, the contrast of what's happening helps me get clear on what I do want. I know that what's happening now is serving me in some way, even if sometimes the way it's serving you is just to get the clarity on what you really want. Because in a video I did a couple of days ago, so many people are not clear on what they actually want. And then they think manifestation isn't working for them, when really, how can you deliberately manifest something if you're not even clear on what that is or why you want it? Right? Just because somebody else has it is not a good enough reason. You have to have a personal internal why. Okay. But recognize that it's not about being high vibe. You've been manifesting your entire life. You will continue to manifest for the rest of your life. And that's one of the things I love about manifesting, is that it doesn't really matter if you believe me or not, that manifesting is a real thing, because it affects you whether you believe in gravity. It affects you the same as if you don't believe in gravity. Like, I don't have to believe in gravity to be held to the earth. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not about being high vibe. It's about shifting your perspective and seeing that everything is working out for you. You can surrender to being annoyed that something is happening, obviously, but don't stay there either, right? And again, challenges are only a bad thing as long as you continue to give your power to it and see it that way, and let it be that dark cloud, right? If you want to choose to play the victim to your circumstances, then you're going to continue to get situations where you're playing the victim to the circumstances. But if you change your perspective and you go, no, I don't know how this is serving me. I only know that it is serving me, and I am patiently awaiting the clarity on the lesson here. Right? And just know that everything is always working out for you, and what you're manifesting is still manifesting. You can have a bad day, a bad week, a bad month. You can even have a bad year, and the things you're calling in will still come. Okay? So I hope that's helpful. I hope that answers the questions. If this spurs any further questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will circle back with comments, possibly even another video. So in the meantime, I thank you so much for hanging out with me. Happy manifesting.